Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And as your wise man, I'm here to bestow upon you the wisdom that you're listening to Punks Talk Wrestling.
1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to Punks Talk Wrestling! On this episode, the road to WrestleMania is now complete. With less than 24 hours to go, we talk about and give our predictions for all the matches coming up at this year's WrestleMania. I am R.W. Hellborn, the PA Rock Prince, hailing quote-unquote from Philly! And I am one half of the Crown, which is one half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champions of the World! Now, then, and forever by my side, 3,500 miles away in London, England, he is my tag team podcast partner. He is the other half of the Crown, which is the other half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champions of the World! Mr. Did You Know? Sir King of Reels! The proper prick! C.J. Newman!
Did you know that this year, with the World Heavyweight Championship match between Roman Reigns and CM Punk, will mark the first time in 12 years that the World Heavyweight Championship has headlined WrestleMania? The last time was when Daniel Bryan faced Randy Orton and Batista in the Triple Threat main event at WrestleMania 30. How about that?
Damn. Look at Batista getting another shout out into a WrestleMania related Did You Know?
Yeah.
I mean, all our Did You Knows are wrestling related because it's on this show. But shout out to Batista.
WrestleMania related.
Yeah, just shout out to Batista. Once again, one of the greatest dudes in the world.
What a dude.
Yeah, like hands down. I don't think there's a person alive that can claim that Batista is a bad guy.
Everyone loves Batista.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if
that,
I don't know what to tell you.
How's about we talk about WrestleMania 42?
How's it going, man?
I'm so good. I had such a... What a fucking nightmare, man. It's 9 p.m. I finish work at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. What, you just forgot, you just didn't bring your keys.
I know. It seems like I've lost my keys. I can't even find them. They're not at home.
Oh, shit. Oh,
yeah, I've no idea.
Worse.
I literally have no idea. Like, I got home... So on a Friday down the end of our road, there's like a pizza truck that opens up, and they like make pizza in like a pizza oven and stuff. So I Heather's out, and I was like, I came home and I was like, sweet, I'm gonna get myself a pizza, and they do like homemade tiramisu. So I was like, gonna get that, and I got those on the way home from the station. I walked back home, and I was like, I'm so ready to like eat and start the pod with you, and I couldn't find my keys. So I was like, called Heather. Like, she's like on the other side of London, and I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna go in the park, eat my pizza, and I'll have to go meet her. And as I was walking across the street, I dropped my fucking tiramisu, man, and it splattered all over the floor. And I was just like,
man.
If this couldn't get any worse. And then so I can't get into my own house. I've dropped my tiramisu.
And it's been a long week on top of it.
And it's been a long week. It's Friday. It's the end of the fucking work week. I'm tired. I'm tired, I'm
WrestleMania.
old, and I work with children, as CM Punk once said.
Yeah, right, and that's a great transition into the fact that it is WrestleMania weekend.
It is WrestleMania weekend, and I'm excited.
And we're back. I know, finally excited. Yeah, even though I cannot for the first time, I think for the first time in my life, I will not be able to watch WrestleMania live. Well, I should say in the first time in my adult life.
Right.
That I could remember in the last
20 years.
I would say
maybe more.
Yeah, probably
years.
in the last 20 years. I don't know that I missed. I don't think I missed any WrestleManias any years before that either. Like there was never a reason to miss WrestleMania.
I mean, I've never missed. I mean, my first WrestleMania was 97, whatever the number that was, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't missed a WrestleMania since. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to miss it. Like, I'll still be. I actually am going to get to watch Night 2 live now because originally I might not have been able to. But yeah, I have a show Saturday.
Yes,
at the Bucks County Punk Rock Flea Market after party.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Presented by Rivet Magazine. I'm plugging my own show. It's right at the very beginning because maybe it'll come up. Maybe one person. The only person probably that will hear it will be Anthony Porter, and he's probably already going anyway. I don't think anyone that might hear this is in reachable distance. But anyway, there it is. Yeah.
But hey, here's a cheap plug. That's what it's here for.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's because that's what I've been up to mostly. Everything has been music related. I mean,
yeah, you've been busy as hell. I've been busy as hell. I don't even we were doing so well. We did like 3 weeks running, and then it all went off kilter. We had
a great plan, and like any good D&D plan, it went to shit immediately after trying. But hey, what is it? This is episode 92 then. I think.
Yeah, I think.
Is it 92 or 93?
92.
What's that?
Episode 92.
It is 92. Yes,
yeah,
okay.
92.
Oh, right. Yeah, yes, because our last episode was our Superstar Showcase on Penta.
Yeah,
who is still the Intercontinental Champion, who is in a wildly rapid, what am I thinking? What am I trying to say? A rapidly thrown together wild ladder match.
Yeah, and I'm here for it. Now, that's on night 2.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. So, obviously, WrestleMania is this weekend. I presume this is going to come out tomorrow. So, WrestleMania is tonight.
Right, today or tonight, or maybe, I'll try to get it out.
Whenever,
I'll try to get this
whenever
out
this comes out.
Before,
But obviously,
it's this weekend.
Being as it's WrestleMania, why the fuck would we be doing our WrestleMania predictions of the how many matches are there? There's 13 matches.
Yeah,
13 matches altogether.
This is the first, and I'll tell you right now, as I scroll down to the bottom of the Wikipedia page, shout out to Wikipedia, support Wikipedia. Sure. For the event, this is the first time that I'm actually looking at the lineup on the card as it's now we don't know. I don't know necessarily if this is the order.
This isn't the order. No, I think it's not the order, but this is the definite day like lineup for each day.
Yeah, and,
but we do know the first.
I'm guessing we're assuming that Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is the headline for night 1, and CM Punk.
Yeah. So what we do know is Cody Rhodes Randy is the headline for night 1, and CM Punk Roman Reigns for night 2. But the Vision and Uso match is opening up night 1, as is the Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre's is the second match, because those are the two that are airing on free ESPN.
Oh, right. So they have announced they announced.
They have announced that, and then same with night 2. Obafemi Brock Lesnar is opening the show, and then the ladder match will come after that. That'll be on free television. So I think that's obviously to pull viewers in to watch the actual show, right?
Oh yeah, they're like check out this. If you sign up right now, you can watch the rest of it.
Right.
I mean that's which I don't think. I don't know that anyone's really complaining. Well, I mean the internet whining community is complaining about everything all the time, but this is nothing new. I mean, they used to this is essentially they almost made like the first two matches the Sunday Night Heat match of the pay-per-view.
Right, it's in the same. It's of the same ilk. Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I mean, the match order can be whatever it needs to be in. Yeah, they're those 4 matches are exciting matches, and they'll pull people in if maybe, but
that's the intention, of course, is to. And it makes perfect sense that Brock Lesnar Obafemi is the one, I guess, what is free on ESPN or free on something, whatever it is, that is the people know the name, and they know, but they don't know, the casual people know who Brock Lesnar is,
right?
And they may not know who Obafemi is, so of course.
And even if you don't know who either of these dudes are, they're big motherfuckers. You're gonna want to watch it anyway. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I just happened to see. I was at the White Horse Tavern yesterday.
Sure.
That will make no sense to you because you've never visited there when you were here.
Never in my life.
But the only reason me and Rob, the guy who I work with that I do the power washing, stopped there after work, grabbed a cheesesteak and some beer, and they had ESPN on, and they were promoting WrestleMania. They had an interview with Liv Morgan. Who was just on camera looking like she had been in a battle that morning.
Yeah, she from bumping heads with Roxanne Perez the last week.
Yeah, holy shit!
She really must have done a number on her face.
When I saw it happen on screen when watching Raw, I was like, holy shit, that looked bad, and it was like that sounded bad, like.
Yeah.
And not in the slap your knee to make it sound loud bad. That was that's the bonk.
Yeah.
That's the sound of like skull on skull.
Yeah. And it sure was.
Yeah, but you know what? All the more power to them. All for rolling with it and playing into that.
Yeah.
And just being like, I really beat. She really beat the shit out of her backstage.
She legit.
Sometimes you get hurt. No, it was a pretty good. I wasn't paying too much attention to it, but it was just a nice interview. And the point is seeing Liv Morgan on ESPN just promoting this stuff and just having interviews is was just great. I'm
if you
attention.
Go on YouTube right now, ESPN is obviously this is their first year with WrestleMania, so they're really hamming it up. But if you go online, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes have been on every podcast under the fucking sun in the last 3 days. There are so many
Roman Reigns
interviews.
has been on a bunch.
Roman Reigns been in a few. Yeah, there's just loads of people have. Seth and Becky have. They're all over the place. It's crazy.
Trick Williams. I'm pretty sure Trick Williams has even been on some podcasts.
Yeah.
Some
but
stuff.
Actually, there's a really good one with Cody, which I'll actually send you after this. It's really fucking good. And actually, we'll get to the fucking elephant in the room once we get to the Cody Rhodes Randy Orton match. But we'll get there.
We'll have to. Well, you know what? I mean, we don't have to talk about it. We can literally just ignore it. But I don't think.
I got shit to say. I got shit to say. So let's get there. Let's start with the first match of the whole weekend. So we got the Vision and IShow Speed
on the list
versus Jimmy and Jay, Uso, and LA Knight, 6-man tag match. Who you got?
I got to wonder why the fuck this is a 6-man tag match and not just a tag team match for the title.
For the tag team championships, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got. That's what I got.
I would have been happy if they had gone hell, it is a 6-man tag match, but it is for the tag team championships.
Yes, because why not? And they still have. Well, as of this airing, SmackDown hasn't aired yet, so they have time to fix it.
There's still time.
Triple H, if you can hear me now, because I know we haven't been on a consistent schedule, so maybe the interceptions aren't picking it up, but and just give us a 6-man tag where the titles are on the line, so that LA Knight can cost the Usos the title. Or wait,
Yeah.
are the Usos the champion right now?
No, the Vision. So
No,
ISO
the
Speed
Vision.
can cost them the championships. Yeah.
Either way, it's a perfect scenario. Oh, I mean, we definitely have time. We definitely have time to make this work. I'm calling it right now. We'll know this. We'll know if I'm correct or not. I won't edit this out. Let's call it and say they're gonna make a stipulation that the tag titles are still gonna be on the line because of something stupid ISO Speed says, and then he's gonna cost them the title against the Usos. But then the question will be who's going to be the tag team champions? Will it be the Usos and LA Knight as in a Freebirds rule kind of situation?
Yeah.
Or will the Usos be the tag champions because they made the pin? Or maybe we'll figure it. You know what? They can figure it out on the fly. They can figure it out. But it's ridiculous to me that the title, it's WrestleMania. Every single title should be defended on WrestleMania. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Now, I know it hasn't always happened that, there's lots of WrestleManias where not every title has been on the line, but every year I think that's a mistake. It's the biggest night of WWE. Why wouldn't every single one of your championships be defended?
And now you've got the opportunity to do that, because back in the day when WrestleMania was one night, you would have. If you had every championship on the line, it was kind of shit because you'd have the tag team titles match. It would be like 4 minutes long. It wouldn't be worth it. But now you've got 2 nights. You can have every title on the line. So
right. So which?
But
which match?
with the fact that
the
tag team championships have been such an afterthought for this since the start of the year.
And neither tag team championship.
Yeah, but the women's tag team championship's
I'm so
on the card,
tied up.
so.
No, neither men's tag team championships or what we're missing is the women's IC title. Or no, we do have
women's
a match.
US,
but the women's US. So we're missing. So the Raw tag team titles will be visible.
Yeah.
But the SmackDown tag team titles won't be even on the show.
Yeah.
The women's US title wins, and both of them being SmackDown titles. So 2 SmackDown titles aren't going to be defended. I bet you 100% we get a title match tonight on SmackDown for them. Consolation prize. Also, I guess tonight we're getting the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yes, we are.
Which, you know what? Before we get into this, let's talk about it. To pull a Trick Willie line. Let's talk about it. Do we know who's even in that Battle Royal yet?
We have literally zero idea. But if I was going to hazard a guess, not hazard a guess, but if I was just like pull the trigger, gun to my head, I would just give it to Powerhouse Hobbs. I think he made his debut on SmackDown last week, and not Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys, because fuck it, you want to push the guy. This is the perfect way to do it. Have him just dominate everyone and win the Battle Royal.
I love it. I think I'll go with that too. Just because that sounds like, I have no idea who's in it, what it is. The only other person that I could see that I would love to see win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal would be Johnny Gargano. But he would have to do it while still being unconscious and planked to the point where he just lays in the corner the entire Battle Royal, and anyone that tries to go over and do anything, they just look at him as if he's, he doesn't do anything. He's wheeled out by Candice LeRae and kind of rolled into the ring, and everyone just ignores him the whole match, and the last 2 people accidentally eliminate each other. And Johnny Gargano wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal motionless the entire time. I love it.
I mean, the way he won his match on NXT a few weeks ago was fucking genius. The way he just fell and won the match by accident.
Oh fuck! Brilliant. I missed that episode. That was fuck. I totally didn't. I didn't watch that episode. I've been real bad at keeping up on NXT.
Oh, don't worry, man. You're busy as fuck. But hey,
All
right, but who are you going for this 6-man tag?
I am going for more pizza. No, but during this, who am I going? Yeah, I gotta then go with the Usos and LA Knight, because the only way to make my vision, no pun intended, my vision come to fruition is if Isha Speed somehow causes the Vision to lose the tag titles.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the Usos and LA Knight. Sorry, no, I'm gonna go for the Vision. Sorry, and I Show Speed because I think that LA Knight will, in some way, accidentally cost the Usos the match, and I feel like the Usos will basically with this match will kind of cause the Usos to turn heel. They'll kind of turn on LA Knight, which will have them fully cemented as not may solidify them as heels, but definitely give them a slight edge going into the
not baby faces.
Yeah, to go into the main event with Punk and Roman. So you definitely feel like they might get involved, basically.
Yeah, they're sliding. They're sliding from what I would if we're gonna use some D&D alignment charting. I think they're sliding from the neutral good.
Yeah.
To almost like a true neutral.
Right.
Or,
yeah.
Or even even possibly a little, maybe marginally, lawful. I guess you could say lawful neutral if they're going back to a code of conduct.
Right.
Or some sort of other code, the code of their family or some, yeah, I could see them. They've got some alignment drift going on for sure.
Right. Yeah. All right.
All right. Next up is the Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre unsanctioned match.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't want to come off as being. I don't want to be negative about any of this stuff because it's WrestleMania and I'm interested and I'm looking forward to seeing this. But my biggest problem with this match is Drew didn't do it. We are still in the mode, and Solo Sikoa last week, it was last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Remember when that momentary interaction with them where Drew beat him up and then they kind of just disappeared in the background. Solo even reminded him in a sense that McIntyre is you're the one that said McIntyre didn't. You still don't even know if Drew McIntyre was the one who did it, because we know that Drew McIntyre isn't the one who did it. And I think
at this point it's more it's true, but then we've also got the fact
Drew's
that
pissed.
if it wasn't for Jacob Fatu, Drew would still be the WWE champion. So
absolutely. So the feud is really because the only reason Drew McIntyre hates Jacob Fatu is because Jacob Fatu incorrectly believes that Drew McIntyre is the one that took him out. So Jacob Fatu is the heel in this situation. He attacked Drew McIntyre without due cause, without evidence. Jacob Fatu is the bad guy here, technically. So I think that Drew McIntyre, I'm going for Drew McIntyre. Here's what I think what I need to do instead of who do I think is going to win or cast my vote for who wins. It's really who I want to win and why. I'm voting for Drew McIntyre to win because I don't know. There's got to be there's still more unfinished business between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. There's still something there that I don't know, and I just don't understand. Where do you go? What happens if Jacob Fatu wins, and then we still find out that Drew wasn't the one that did it? Now he's still the asshole, my biggest problem about this is that it's how can I possibly cheer for the guy who is the one making the assumptions, And so I got to go with Drew. Drew deserves to win. Drew is wrongly accused.
I'm going for Jacob. To be honest, Drew's one guy on the roster that can lose consistently, and it doesn't matter because the more he loses, the more he bitches and whines, and the more fun he is.
Yeah, true. And yeah.
So I'd be happy if he lost because it just builds up the grumpy Scottish angry man that Drew McIntyre is. So
yeah, but yeah, yeah. This one's gonna be tough. But I mean, so far you and I are split completely.
we're split, yeah. But
like
either
this.
way, it should be a fucking great match. I feel like the build
Hey,
either
man.
way has been good for this match, and it's
yeah.
unsanctioned. It should be a bit of hopefully a bit of a crazy brawl. So I'm looking forward to it.
It has to be it has
Yeah.
to be able to pull in casual viewers or new viewers.
Yeah.
So either way, the winner is going to be us.
It's going to
the
be
viewer.
us. So third match: Stephanie McCure versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship.
Yeah.
If I was to hazard a guess, I mean, it's Liv Morgan. I mean,
Liv Morgan.
just
Yep,
just based on the fact that I might have this wrong, but I at least know that Liv Morgan's win-loss record at WrestleMania is dog shit. Like, she's never really won at WrestleMania. So I think she deserves a big win at WrestleMania. Like, she just deserves one. And no shade on Stephanie. I think she's great, but Liv Morgan just deserves her moment. So this is it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I believe I want to believe that Liv Morgan is going to win as well. I'm voting for her. I'm voting it that way. I love Stephanie McCure. I think she is great, and I think she's had a wonderful run. She has a great run as a rapid rising star. Like, there's very few people that I actually agree with putting the number one title on them that early. But she is a superstar, and she was a new addition that really did bring a lot of value and a lot of eyes, and I think she had an amazing run. She's gonna walk into WrestleMania as a champion, and they're gonna put on an amazing match, and Liv is gonna walk out with the title. Like, I can't see it going any other way.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of can't see it going any other way, it's going to be a great match. But I'm okay with this being the last time we see AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah, me too.
And it'll be nice to see Becky Lynch with the Intercontinental Championship again. I don't know what AJ Lee's status is going to be, and that's the thing. I don't want to base my opinion on, well, I know she signed on for another 5 years, or I know she signed on for this, or her contract's going to be. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't keep up.
I don't know that stuff. Seemingly, she signed on for quite a while. It's not just a part time. It's not just a short trip for her. But I do think that I do think that she's probably on a part time schedule. I feel like they've given her this championship to just hand it over to Becky at WrestleMania. To be honest with you, like, AJ's run has not been, well, it's not been anything really. She's defended it, well, she hasn't defended it at all. But I'd say
she defended it once.
Oh, did she? Oh, she did. You're correct.
Yes,
I'm totally wrong.
There was one match against
Bailey.
Bailey. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she did. Fair. But
Yeah.
I will say that Becky Lynch made something of that Intercontinental Championship when she had it, and I feel like that needs to happen again. So, and she was doing a good job with that championship, elevating new talent like Maxine Dupree and Lyra Valkyria, like different rivalries she had with that. So that'd be good to go back into that again, and maybe AJ Lee like disappears for a while, comes back for SummerSlam or whatever. But
yeah, I think
we'll see.
I think one of the things where this has suffered just a little bit, and why it needs to go, why they need to part ways, is the AJ Becky storyline was really came out of the Seth CM Punk feud.
Yeah.
And it's still too connected to Seth and CM Punk. It's still too connected to their husbands also hate each other. And I don't like when anyone's story is because of someone else's story. It's still kind of seen as, it shouldn't be, but it's still seen as they were the second. This is the spin-off series to the CM Punk and Seth Rollins rivalry.
Yeah, and I think this story's run now since I think October last year. Like, it's been running a while, and I think it's taken pause and starts and stuff, but it's been going for a bit. It's time to just this probably will be the end of the rivalry. Becky Lynch will win. AJ Lee will disappear for a while, and that'll be that. And I'm cool with that.
She'll pop back up for somebody else for some other reason. She can pop back up for SummerSlam, and face Liv Morgan for the title. I would make the safe assumption that the goal is to put AJ Lee into the World Championship picture at some point again. I don't see why they wouldn't. I'd
be happy. I mean, Becky Lynch to go, to eventually try and be Becky Two Belts with the Intercontinental and the World Title at the same time.
I would love that too. That would be great. That would be great to see Becky Lynch come back and take another title off of AJ. There's a lot of ways you can go from there, but to go from there, it all requires Becky Lynch to leave WrestleMania. The 4-time Women's Intercontinental Champion? Is it 3 or 4?
I think 3, maybe 3.
3? She won it. She lost, she won it from Lyra Valkyria. But then she lost it to Lyra Valkyria again.
She's held it. Oh no, 2-time. She's 2-time Intercontinental Champion.
She's 2-time. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, there you go.
Next match.
All right, you and I are back on the same page again.
Irresistible Forces versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus the Bella Twins for the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yeah. Now, I thought I heard somewhere that one of the Bellas was injured.
So, literally moments before I started this call with you, I saw that it seems like Nikki Bella is possibly out of WrestleMania. It seems that way. But WWE haven't confirmed anything, so I'm not gonna.
It may or may not be a fatal 4-way. It may just be a triple threat.
It may be a triple threat. They might add. Maybe they'll add the Kabuki Warriors to it. Who knows? But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But either way, I didn't believe that they were going to win anyway. Honestly, I could see Bayley and Lyra Valkyria winning, but also I feel like they need their own space. Like, I don't know if this Bayley Lyra Valkyria team is really working the way that it could or should or anyone wants it to. I honestly think Nia and Lash are going to retain. I don't see any. I see there being enough infighting between everybody else that, like, at the end of this, I could almost see Charlotte and Bayley winding up, like, basically Charlotte and Alexa splitting and Bayley and Lyra splitting, and then basically doing a swap of now Charlotte and Bayley are a team, and now Lyra and Alexa are a team because they both because of shenanigans. Yeah.
But no, I'm actually gonna stick with the Irresistible Forces. They've got their own name.
It's a hard one. Yeah, right. It's a hard one to call. I think my gut does say Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I do feel like this match will plant the seeds firmly of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss splitting sometime soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it. I mean, I'm going to go for Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, but I still think it's a safe prediction to say that the Irresistible Forces might win. So I'm game for either, really. But my pick is Bayley and Lyra. I think.
Oh, all right.
That's where I'm going.
All right.
Next up, Seth Rollins versus Gunther.
Yes.
I will say, like,
quick.
with a match
quick
that
put together.
Yeah, I mean, but they've done a fucking great job of it. Like, the intensity that
Yeah.
they showed in their promo on Raw was so good. Like, the last 3 weeks, it's just been a 3-week build, and obviously they were forced into the situation because of, obviously, the injury to Bron Breakker. But it was something that they darted together really quickly. Like, I'm feeling it. Plus, come on, man, we got Seth Rollins and Gunther. Like, they're both, like, fucking workhorses in the company. You know this is going to be a banger of a match. So
yeah,
and only the second time they've ever faced each other too. So it's
That was my next question: was have they faced each other before? And the answer
one
is
time before,
once.
yeah.
Not for the title though.
Not
Was
for the
it?
title, no. Not for the title. And like Gunther said, the whole time he was champion, Seth Rollins didn't go anywhere near him, and that's completely true.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, I'm up for it. I think it's gonna be a really good match. I don't know. This could go either way. Honestly, because Gunther's on such a roll, I could see him winning, and because Seth Rollins hasn't had a match in months because of his injury, I could see him winning to have like a kind of a comeback, return win. But I'm probably going to go with Gunther because he needs to keep his momentum going.
Yeah,
So-
and I think there's definitely something there with. We don't know. We could see a surprise return by Braun Breaker, even if he's not medically cleared. He could show up.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
And help cost Seth, and then
with Paul Heyman and Braun Breakers and the Vision's involvement, like that's
the
going to
Vision's
go
all
against
there.
Seth.
We know, we know that they're going to be there, and it would make sense. No, we know that there's more to the Gunther and Paul Heyman relationship now.
Yeah.
There's definitely I think what we see, if Braun Breaker gets involved and if Braun Breaker costs Seth the match, I think we'll see a Braun Breaker versus Gunther finally, and the gist being Gunther couldn't actually beat Seth Rollins. He needed Braun Breaker's help, and it just becomes a grudge match between two dudes who just think they're better than each other.
Yeah.
Which is also fine, and I'm all for it. We have wanted to see them for quite a while, and they've been kept apart for quite a while, and it seems like now we're getting closer to the Gunther Braun Breaker match that will be probably a match of the year contender
For sure.
whenever it happens.
Whenever that happens, yeah. Who are you picking?
I'm picking
Gunther.
Gunther. Yeah, I think
Gunther. All right, cool.
then Gunther wins with shenanigans.
Right.
Okay.
Here I go. I said I got some shit to say. We got Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee. You ready? I'm
ready.
sick and fucking tired of people whining and fucking complaining about this fucking match. And not only about this match, but talking about this match as if it's the entire card of WrestleMania. There are 13 matches on this card, and people won't shut the fuck up about Pat McAfee and his involvement in this match. First of all, it ain't all that. It actually isn't all that bad. I get it. You didn't want him to get involved in... I get it. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton could have told just a fine story because they have a 20-year history. And yeah, you're right, they could have done. Mm-hmm. Let's not forget, they've already faced each other once before. They faced each other last year. Well, yes, they were both faces, but they've already had a rivalry. Just, yes, this time Randy Orton's a heel. I get it. But Pat McAfee getting involved isn't the worst fucking thing that's happened in the world. People that are crying saying, oh, we should bring back Vince McMahon because he would have booked this better.
Oh my God!
Bullshit.
No, that's
Vince
not even
McMahon dressed 4 men up as women to say they were fucking Bobby Lashley's sisters on Monday Night Raw. This is the kind of shit we're talking about with Vince McMahon. This is not the worst thing in the world. And for the love of fuck, can I just say, I'm not done. For the love of fuck, can we just let a story play out for once? Why are we're 3 weeks into a story, and yes, it's a weird time to start a brand new story, but we're 3 weeks into this. This is clearly heading somewhere. If you watch any podcast from the last week with CM Punk or Cody Rhodes, they are actively shitting on TKO and the higher ups of WWE and TKO. This is clearly heading somewhere.
Yeah.
I can clearly see The Rock's involvement at some point down the line and Triple H's involvement. We're heading into some other territory here, and it's likely going to be a TKO versus WWE situation. You're going to have the side of the company that's corporate and the corporate yes men versus the wrestler's wrestler, the Cody Rhodes, the CM Punks of the world, the Seth Rollins, like repping WWE kind of thing. We're clearly heading towards something like that. It's so early yet. The fact that Pat McAfee's getting involved, like, you know what? He's actually half decent on the mic. Some of the shit he says is stupid, but then at least Cody Rhodes comes out and tells him he's stupid. There's still logic to this. But I think the overarching point I'm trying to make is that people have like focused on this match and then gone, the whole fucking WrestleMania is ruined. It's the night one main event. It's not the whole card. There's been great builds for so many other matches on this card. In fact, majority of this card has been built incredibly well. I don't know why we're focusing on this so badly, but here we are. And by the way, you're not meant to like what Pat McAfee says. They wanted you to boo for Randy Orton, and now you're booing Randy Orton. You're cheering Cody Rhodes. So joke's on you. They got you to do exactly what they wanted. My rant's over. Good night.
And that is exactly correct. The moment do I like the story and do I think the reasons that he said, if I were to take them just at face value, are logical and reasonable and not stupid? No. They were illogical, they were unreasonable, and they were dumb. The things that he said, the things that Pat McAfee said were stupid for him to, but if you think that this was unscripted, they absolutely did not have Pat McAfee go out there and have an unscripted rant. No. Maybe he said stuff not in the way he was supposed to, or maybe it came off wrong, maybe he fumbled. I can't say to that because we didn't see the script, or we weren't in the meeting, the decision. But once I saw the immediate reactions and the backlash to it, it all goes back to they are getting the exact results that they intended, whether you believe that to be true or not, whether you think that's the right way to go about it, whether you can't believe that they would actively try to shit on their own company.
Right, exactly.
And it's like, do you like you really, really don't understand the level at which they're playing, and that's where I went to the point. It's like, I'm gonna watch this play out. I don't particularly care for Pat McAfee being involved with this. I don't think he needed to be, but also this match isn't necessarily for me, and that's okay. But it is brutally honest brutally apparent that they're gambling. They may be gambling in a way. I mean, hey, they're in Las Vegas. Let's gamble on the stories too. They were gambling with a, they're trying something. As much as the Cena heel turn was a gamble, and maybe or may not have turned out the way you wanted to. I think it was excellent. I think it was great, and it gave Cena the freedom to say a lot of things that he never would have been able to say as a face.
Yeah.
That he was 100% true about. And you know what? Part of the reason why people get irritated so much is because a lot of it was true from a certain perspective. It's also stupid from a perspective, but it was meant to be stupid from that. It was meant. We can't stop talking about it, and I will always go back. JBL was on an interview. This was back and I'll tell you, this was back from one of those, like Table for Three episodes on the WWE Network, like the original stuff. And I forget who he was with, and I can't remember exactly this, but I remember what he said. And he's like, if they can't stop talking about it, and if they won't stop watching, then you won. You got because what we wanted to do was to get people to talk about it and get people to watch. And we got people, and they can't stop talking about it, and they can't stop watching.
Yeah, let's face it. Like,
and that's what
this is the most talked about thing going into WrestleMania. People might be pissing and moaning about, but this, and honestly, I actually do think that obviously one, it's Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Of course, it's going to be a good match because look who's in the match. Second of all, I guarantee we're going to get to the end of that night after that match, and we're going to something will shock us. Something shocking will happen. We don't know what that is yet, but something shocking will happen.
Yeah, and I don't know what that'll be. It's this one's really, really hard for me to judge, to weigh, because okay, if Orton loses, does Pat McAfee really leave the professional wrestling industry permanently? Is that and they made such a big deal about Orton getting his 15th championship, like. It almost feels like they painted it too far into a corner where if Randy loses, then so much of this was even more pointless. You know, but I don't, or maybe not pointless, but I can't see it. I can't see it, and I'm gonna let it play out. I'm just not invested in this match really as much as I should be, because I don't know who I want to see with. Like, I kind of want Pat McAfee to leave the professional wrestling industry permanently. Like, part of me as the fan who is supposed to want Pat McAfee to leave professional wrestling, you know, part of me as the fan being worked. I am being worked into wanting Randy to lose and Pat to leave. And therefore, I gotta go with Randy wins. Randy wins. He gets his 15. Pat gets to gloat, and then maybe Randy just fucking kicks him in the balls right after.
That's what I'm saying. Like we could see that too. We could see that too.
Yeah, man. Fuck you. Thanks for helping me get what I want. You can go now. I don't actually need you or care about you in any way whatsoever. I was just using you to get what I wanted.
Yeah, using you to get into Cody's head. There's so many good places this could go, man. That's what I mean. Like, I'm sick to the back teeth of people judging a storyline. You know, the moment that Pat McAfee got involved, it's just everyone's in this echo chamber, and like the moment that one person says something, it hooks, and everyone's saying it, and like just open your eyes a bit. It's a work shoot that is a shoot work. That's exactly what's happening right now. It's 4D chess, and they're intentionally making it bad because it's meant to be that way.
Yeah,
you're meant to be infuriated by it. Why would you not be infuriated? Of course it's annoying, but you're meant to be infuriated by Pat McAfee. God forbid in 2026 we have a heel on television that you want to actually boo instead of cheer for once.
So and another point. And there's another point to this too. The people who are the most vocal. Well, there's two things. One I think that Cody Rhodes brought up in an interview that I saw a clip of was, and what's very, very interesting is there is a almost a concurrently happening drama in the D&D realm that I just found out about. And I won't go into it, but there's basically what it comes down to is there is this universal unification of a very caustic and toxic fandom who have almost unanimously come together to hate this one, to be against this one thing. There's a so we're wrestling podcasters. There's a D&D podcast community and D&D, people that do the exact same thing that we do. We're talking about the shit that in the realm that we like. And there's a dude who got involved in something that, and basically went off the deep end. Everyone hates what has happened. It's a crazy scenario. I won't go into it because I don't know enough about it or the people involved. And this isn't a D&D drama podcast. This is a professional wrestling podcast. But it's just very, very weird to me to see something so similar happening, because we're in a time where we know the professional wrestling community is split on a lot of things. It's very, very infrequent that something happens where we all get together. It's the Baby Groot syndrome, but the opposite of it, because whereas everyone in the world, we know that Baby Groot was the greatest, like everybody loved Baby Groot, no matter who you were, no matter what you thought, no matter what you believed in, everything. Like, there's not a single person on this planet who can honestly say that Baby Groot was bad. Right. You know? And this is the exact opposite, in that there's not a single person who can justify it being good, that the storyline and the Pats. It's because it's so illogical too. Like, the reasoning behind why he did what he did isn't true. Like, and one, you know, like the whole point of Randy Orton wasn't part of the Attitude Era. So what the fuck is the connection? Randy doesn't care about the Attitude Era. Randy never wanted the Attitude Era back. The only people that wanted the Attitude Era back are bots and twats. You know, there's
so funny. The funniest thing is, a lot of the things that Pat McAfee said are. I said this to you and Dan in the chat. Pat McAfee is actually the human personification of the IWC. He literally is like saying everything that the IWC say constantly. Yes. Things like, we want the Attitude Era back.
To the point where he's wrong about half of it. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. And
I actually think the writers have used Pat McAfee to be, just to put a mirror up to the IWC and be like, see how ridiculous you are?
Exactly. See how stupid you sound?
Yeah.
This is exactly what you sound like when you're yapping online about shit that is not real. It's not the real world. Like you can't people on the internet can't keep saying WWE's dying and nobody's going to their shows and they're pricing people out. It's like, you can if you want to complain about something being more expensive than something else, it's like, okay, how is this any different than the difference between a Lexus and a Toyota Corolla, or a BMW and a Ford Bronco, or a Ford something, whatever it is, you know? This is a different product. It's clearly being bought by people who enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it,
just to so briefly touch on the ticket price thing. I mean, at the end of the day, ticket prices has just gone up, just generally. The Brixton Academy, which is a really famous venue in London, you used to be able to go to a gig there for £25, right? 25 quid. Now you'll be lucky. You'll be lucky if you go to see a band there for £50 or £60. Ticket prices are just more expensive. They just are. Yeah. They just are. And that ain't going to change just because it's professional wrestling. It's the same across the board for any ticketed thing.
But also watch the event and look at the things that they're doing. Because what they're doing costs a lot of money. The show they're putting on is very, very expensive to do, and it's not a low budget thing. You can't be mad if ticket prices are twice as expensive as this other show. It's like, well, the production is more than twice as good. Like, you can't compare ticket prices to a bingo hall, a 100 capacity bingo hall to a 40,000 capacity arena. Like, you just can't compare it, and you can't. And this notion of fuck the person who is the biggest name. Everyone should feel bad about supporting WWE because they're the biggest. You should feel bad about it, and you should support these things that you don't even know about for reasons that I can't tell you about. You should just feel bad for liking what you like, because it's not what I like. And that mentality is just, the more people complain about the ticket prices or this and that, the other thing, the more it just makes me tune those other people out and makes me not interested in whatever it is that they are trying to say is better, because it's not for me. None of it's for me. I've tried all of them, and you know what? It's just, it's not for me. And I'm tired of acting. I'm tired of having to defend the product that I love from people who I don't give a shit about.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
and people that already don't care about me. Like,
yeah.
Why? And I'll tell you what.
I actively try to avoid the internet now. I just
as much. Oh, I do as well. And honestly, I have been avoiding it as much as possible. Sometimes I'll go in just because I need to vent myself, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go fight with a bot. because I know they're not even real people anymore. And if they are real people, they're not acting like real people. They're acting like bots. That's why I call them bots and twats. Because you either don't exist, you're either a bot farmed, which there is a legitimate truth. It is true that there are rampant bot accounts that are very, very sophisticated enough that they pass the inspection of the bots scanning for bots,
yeah.
So I've just gotten to the point where none of these people are real to me. Nobody that has any, because what's real are the people on TV. I can see the people in the audience. I can interact with people at the events. These people behind a fake profile photo, they're not real people.
Yeah.
And even if they are real people, they're not acting like real people. They're pretending to be mad. And they're pretending to be something that they're not. And that's an actual consumer of the product or someone who actually cares. They're still selling these belts.
The last thing I was saying is, it's funny, you see, you watch SmackDown every week, whatever, and you see the crowd reacting to these promos that Pat McAfee's doing. There's honest reaction, there's booing, there's the crowd's interactive, and they're cheering Cody, and but then you go online and it's like they're shitting on it. It's like, I don't know, it's weird when you see 20,000 people reacting one way and then the people online reacting another. It's just, they're the ones not living in reality. Is the bottom line. It's just, if you are complaining about professional wrestling online to someone, I mean, we're kind of complaining online. We're talking about, but we're discussing the banality of this type of fandom, I guess. It's like, we wouldn't be talking about this stuff if these people weren't acting like idiots, acting like jackasses. Uh-huh. We wouldn't be talking about it. So if you want us to stop talking about this shit, then stop being, then stop doing the shit for us to talk about it. We'll talk about something else. All right, talk about something else. Let's move back on.
Night 2.
Randy Orton is my pick for that, by the way. So,
Randy Orton's my pick for that. Yeah, we got it.
All right, Night 2. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Probably one of the best builds for this whole card. I think it's been great. It has been great. I don't know. I actually don't know. I really don't know who's going to win this match.
I can't believe you don't. I can't believe you have no clue. It's Obafemi. Like, it's got to be Obafemi. And
I mean, I want it to be Obafemi, but
I'm voting it to be Obafemi. I'm going with
Obafemi, but I still think there's a chance that Brock could. I feel like Brock is like going to just win. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'll be a hard fought battle, but Brock will just win. Normally Brock always wins with domination. I could see him just winning. If you know what I mean.
I don't like I am not a fan of. When it comes to this, when it comes to a WrestleMania, and when it comes to somebody like Obafemi, it's not enough. It's not enough for me for him to just be in the ring with Brock Lesnar, and it means so much for him to just be in the ring with Brock Lesnar. It's like, no, he has to beat Brock Lesnar because otherwise he Brock has got to go Brock has got to go. at some point.
The way I'd love to see this is Obafemi beats Brock, and at SummerSlam we have Brock versus Gunther for his career, and Gunther beats Brock and ends another career. That's what I'd like to see.
Now, see, I actually am kind of torn about this, about the Brock versus Gunther career killer. I too would like to see that. I would like to see it for the sake of, I would just love for Gunther to have another feather in his cap, and that would be great. But I don't know that I want Gunther to be the one to end Brock Lesnar's career. I think there's other people's careers that Gunther can end.
Benefit, yeah.
Rey Mysterio being one of them.
Yeah.
For certain. I mean, we never even got to. Did we ever even get a completion of the Dragon Lee thing?
Yeah, he hung him over the rope and choked him. Just choked him out, didn't he?
Right. Oh, that was the end. That was the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Well, wait, no. Whose mask did he pull off? He pulled off Dragon Lee's. Right. That was an actual match, though. When he hung him over the rope, it choked him out over the rope. That was just for him. That was just for Dragon Lee stepping in the ring.
Oh
with him.
yeah, and then he ripped his mask off. Yeah.
So we haven't. So the only thing we've seen Dragon Lee do since then was his tag match with Javon Evans. Anyway, what I'm getting at is Dragon Lee wasn't Dragon Lee also really, really connected with Raymond? Oh, wait. Or am I getting it confused with somebody else?
Dragon Lee was connected with Rey Mysterio, but at the same time,
the future
I think if Dragon
Lee
Lee stepped up to Gunther twice and he's gotten his ass kicked, he's not going to try again.
Yeah. No, but what's the connection? Was Dragon Lee the one that Rey Mysterio was hanging around with, saying he was the future of Lucha Libre, and everyone was like, no, I don't think
I mean,
is.
honestly, Rey Mysterio's done that to every masked wrestler on the roster, to be honest, at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of well, point being, I think Gunther should end Rey Mysterio's career too.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, bro, Obafemi's I gotta go for Obafemi.
I gotta go for Obafemi.
It's gotta, yeah, it's gotta be. That's what I want, and give me what I want.
Six-pack ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
I would like. I mean, honestly, I'd be happy with anyone to win this match.
Also, wait, no, Dominic has to retire his dad. I kind of feel like that's
I guess true. That would be nice.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm
happy to see JD McDonough in this match, and I'm happy to see Rusev in this match. It's good that they're in it. I'm glad that they got given that chance. I would love to see.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. This is going to be. I don't think anyone has this on their card, but I'm going with. No, well, I'm actually going with Rusev.
You're going with Rusev. I think we're both going with the dark horses in this match, because I don't think anyone expects either of those two to win.
Yeah, because here's what we've got going on. We've got basically 4 flyers. I mean, Rey Mysterio isn't as much of a high flyer as he is just he's more of an inside the ring flyer. Not as much as top. Rey Mysterio doesn't go to the top rope much except for a splash. He doesn't have a lot of top rope maneuvers or Javon is bouncing all around. Dragon Lee is bouncing all around. Not at this, but yeah. But we have a lot of big risk takers, and Rusev the Bull, and JD who can take a lot of beatings and come back.
Yeah.
I also think that Rusev hasn't really had any time to shine since he's been back, and a 6-pack ladder match is an easy way to get someone a championship that you wouldn't want him to face one-on-one. you don't want Rusev to beat Penta 1-on-1 because that
See,
hurts Penta. It's the
Yeah.
only way everyone else is safe because they're gonna knock themselves out with some crazy stunt, and Rusev's gonna be the only one that survives. Like I think I think Rusev wins by attrition.
With this, like, I could see Penta winning and just retaining. I could see Javon Evans winning because he would be the youngest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Don't see Dragon Lee. I'll get back to Jay McDonough because that's my pick. I could see Rusev winning for the reasons you said. I could just see it being good.
Yeah.
Ray, you could do it. It could be his like last hurrah as Intercontinental Champion. But with Jay McDonough, what you could do with JD is if he won the Intercontinental Championship, obviously he's in the Judgment Day still. That could then cause fractures between him and Dominic, because Dominic obviously wants the Intercontinental Championship still.
He wants his...
And that would create fractures. I don't see the Judgment Day lasting much more than until like summertime at this point, honestly.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I know that's kind of off topic, but I could also see it going. I could also see it going in a way where there's a couple things. Okay, here's one scenario. Dominic gets involved in the ladder match trying to help JD win because trying to screw his dad, trying to screw Rey Mysterio out of it. Can't help getting involved. And then maybe either way, either JD wins and it could be, I don't know. Or Ray winds up winning. Dominic takes his title back and retires his dad and also takes the IC title back. I don't know why everybody wants the Judgment Day to break up. Also, you can't break up the Judgment Day. I mean, you can't. JD is going to be the last one standing from the Judgment Day. It's literally, what does the JD stand for?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't stand for Judge. It didn't stand for Judge, but no one knows. What does the JD and JD McDonough stand for?
I mean, technically it stands for Jordan Devlin, but yeah.
Oh, right, because that's his name. Okay, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes.
But hey, JD Madonna is my pick. Rusev is your
my
pick.
Research.
And I think
am no one to listen to.
But I would be happy for this to go to anyone. It's just gonna be a fun match. It's a fucking ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. It's just gonna be fun. It's
gonna be a fantastic match no matter who wins.
And Javon Evans is gonna do something stupid. So
he's gonna do something crazy. Yeah. I'm also just because you can be the youngest this or that, or just because you can be that, isn't a good enough reason to have someone be that.
Right.
No offense to Javon Evans. I am a fan of his to a degree.
Right.
But I'm not a fan of pushing the youngest just because he's hot. I've said it before when he was still in NXT. If you push someone too hard too fast, you're gonna burn them out. And they did it right in NXT. They cooled him off dude had to get injured twice to cool him off.
Yeah.
Just so that he wouldn't have, and because you couldn't have put him in there immediately. And
yeah.
Has Javon Evans even been NXT champion?
No, he hasn't.
No. I honestly feel like Javon Evans is gonna have a nice time. He's had a nice time on the main roster, but I don't think his time on the main roster is permanent yet. I think Javon Evans has more NXT.
Well, actually, it is
coming.
because he literally signed a Raw contract on Raw with Adam Pearce.
Well, yeah, he signed. Yeah, but how long is that contract? That contract lasts until the Superstar shakeup. That contract means nothing. That's not his real contract.
I don't think that he's going anywhere. I think they can. He's good enough to build.
He signed a contract on the. Come on, man. Anything that happens on camera is part of a work. Like That wasn't his. That wasn't his actual.
I know.
Literal
but
contract.
what I'm saying is I think that he will. I think you can build him on the main roster without having him in NXT. I don't think he's going to be champion anytime soon.
I think Ethan Page could show up at WrestleMania and cost Javon Evans this title. You know?
No. Again, but I don't.
I think anything could happen. Anything could happen. You can't tell me that
anything
couldn't happen.
Anything
Anything can happen. Yeah.
But yeah, Javon Evans. But I mean, it works in the right moment. Like, for example, Brock Lesnar. Like, they put a rocket ship on his fucking back the moment he turned up. He was champion within like 3 months
because he beat all the people, because he beat people, and that's what Obafemi has to do. He has to beat everybody.
Yeah, so I think with the right people, you can just rocket ship to the moon straight away. But I don't think you could do that when you're someone like Javon Evans, because it's not believable. Obafemi, it's believable.
Exactly. That is part of it. He is also so young. Like Obafemi is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Obafemi is in his late 20s, 27. I thought 21. He was. Obafemi is 27.
Oh, Obafemi, yeah,
Obafemi is 27. Yeah. Javon Evans is 21.
21, yeah.
But
I mean, actually, saying that, Obafemi is 28 in like 5 days.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Yeah, there is a. I don't know how to put it. There is also people already know who Obafemi is who aren't wrestling fans.
Yeah.
That's the distinction. People knew who Brock Lesnar was before his WWE debut because he was a collegiate wrestler. He had accolades already. Obafemi has people doing his fucking strut on TikTok already. He's over. He's already over with people who don't even know who he is. Javon doesn't have that. Javon Evans is a professional wrestling fan's wrestler. That's the difference.
Yeah, I hear that.
And that is why he won't and shouldn't be skyrocketed all the way to the top already. Like the people that say, well, he should be the youngest. Forget about the youngest Intercontinental. They should put the World Championship on Javon Evans right now. And it's like, that's just dumb. Like that's just dumb. They can't say anything else other than that. Like, that mentality shows that you don't have the capacity to even think about long term. This dude, Javon Evans, should have a fucking 30-year career in he could be wrestling for, well, like Randy Orton. Randy Orton was not world champion. How old was I? Shouldn't say that because I think he was one of the youngest world champions. But he's Randy Orton. Yeah. He's Randy Orton.
Yeah,
Javon Evans isn't Randy Orton.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry to say. Yeah. Sorry to say Rusev.
I'll say Jay Madonna anyway. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, women's championship.
Rhea Ripley wins.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley's going to win. I love Jade Cargill. We love Jade Cargill. We got to be the 5th person to interview Jade Cargill in WWE.
That's right.
But I think the story as it is now requires Jade to get knocked down for her to come back up again.
Right, and if anything, I could see we haven't seen Bianca Belair in literally 1 year.
Yeah.
So we could definitely have her have a major return in this match and cost Jade the championship, and then lead to a Jade Cargill Bianca Belair feud going into the summer. So
yeah, because Rhea Ripley is only facing Jade Cargill because Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's no story between them previously.
No, nothing long term.
No. So the outcome is, I mean, this is a match for the title. This is
pretty much.
Which means having Jade's past come back to get her, which is also still
perfect.
Which is also still weird. Where everyone's talking about the return of Bianca Belair, but where are we? I don't know. Is everyone forgetting about Naomi, or is Naomi just? We know that Naomi's not coming back for a while because of her baby. Is she still pregnant? Is Naomi
Jesus
pregnant?
Christ,
right now
she's
still?
nowhere near coming back. I don't think she's had the baby yet.
But, that's okay. Time does not exist to me anymore. I don't know. I don't remember when this all happened. It's been right. That's right. Yeah, that's true. It's only been like 2 months.
She's likely just had the baby. Actually, saying that, I think if you think about it, Jimmy Uso was off TV for 3 weeks, not too long, last month. So maybe she had the baby then. But she's not. She'll likely not be around for a year. She's not gonna just have the baby and come back. So
yeah. No, this was okay. August of 2025 was when she announced she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Which means
she had just had a match as well, not long before that.
Right.
So,
but also knowing that means she would not have announced her pregnancy unless they knew for sure. I'm being wildly speculative here. I'm just saying the only person who still has beef with Bianca Belair doesn't have beef with Jade other than the fact that Bianca was tied up in the Naomi story. Right?
Yeah,
Jade,
but I
Jade
think
and Bianca
there is
don't
something.
have beef.
There is
right?
something we're missing there for sure, but we're forgetting. I'm sure because there is something because there've definitely been promos with the three of them since Naomi turned heel. I'm just forgetting it right now. Either way, it can make sense. Naomi's probably a good year away from coming back at this point. It's way too soon.
Maybe.
I think she had the baby a month ago. So there ain't no way she's coming back yet. Becky Lynch was out for nearly 2 years having a baby.
Yeah. I'm just, I'm just making wild predictions and wild things.
The wildest.
The wildest. Well, yeah. What's the wildest thing that could happen? Well, Naomi could. So they have had the baby.
Yes.
They have a baby boy. I don't know more about it. Because I really don't follow any of the things that happen outside of the ring, outside of the cameras.
There you go. So Naomi was 5 months pregnant in November.
Okay.
So do the math.
So they would have she would have just had their baby.
Weeks ago.
Right. All right. So perfect. She's totally could make an appearance. As long as she can run, she doesn't have to take a bump. She doesn't have to do anything.
You're totally right.
All she has to do. The only thing that needs to happen is her music hits. The only thing that needs to happen is her music hits and she walks out and distracts Jade. Jade turns around and be like, "What the fuck? I can't believe it." And
What's more likely, that or Bianca Belair, who's fit and ready to go, who hasn't been in action for over a year just due to an injury?
Well, yeah, you go with the thing that's the least likely to happen, right?
You're incredible.
Thank you. You are too, buddy. Don't sell yourself short. You are also incredible.
Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Rhea Ripley. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship.
Now, here's a guy who I do believe you should put the title on him right now while he's hot.
Who's that? Yo, Trick Williams. Jesus Christ. What a dude.
Yeah.
What a fucking dude.
What a dude. He has got it all.
White hot.
White hot. And honestly, I want Sami Zayn to lose.
Hey, but at least they turned him heel, and you were happy. You know, that's what you wanted. You wanted him to change his character, and they changed the character.
Yeah, I guess, but it's.
But I promise you,
he's still still whining and complaining. That's the part. It's like he's still
exactly.
Just
that's what makes him a heel. You're not meant to like the fact that he whines and complains.
Oh yeah,
You're being
okay.
worked.
Well, good.
But I do see by the end of
this
match, I do see Sami Zayn turning full heel by the end of this match. I see Sami Zayn winning, in fact, by very heelish antics, basically.
Here is my biggest problem. The thing is, Trick has said everything. Everything that Trick Williams has said about Sami Zayn, I 100% agree with, and he is correct. Like, I tune out whenever Sami Zayn opens his mouth. I just tune out. He's at a point where I literally don't actually care that he's in the bad zone. It's not even that he's a heel and I want to see him get beat up. Like, I legitimately don't care. If he wasn't in a match, I wouldn't care.
I think there's two
I
options
fast
here
forward
for me.
through his segments backstage.
I think Sami Zayn could win by just turning straight up heel, or we could have Trick Williams win, and then we could just see the return of conspiracy theorist Sami Zayn, because let's face it, that was one of the best versions of Sami Zayn we've had in years. So
yeah,
let's bring back conspiracy theory chat Sami Zayn.
I just think Sami Zayn would be better in AEW.
Oh my God. Good Lord.
I hate to say, I mean, dude,
I don't get your obsession with hatred.
I dislike Sami Zayn as much as you dislike Fraxium. I mean,
but there's such a good reason to dislike them.
Yeah, my reasons for disliking Sami Zayn are extremely valid to myself.
They're so lame. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and so is he.
Why the fuck do you bring up Fraxium for? God damn it.
Well, because I need you to understand how deep. I was
having a great night.
You were not having a great night.
No, you're right. It hasn't not been a great night.
No. Anyway, I'm going Trick. I want Trick Williams to win.
I want Trick Williams to win, but I could see Sammy winning by being a heel. But
yeah,
we'll
I could see. I could. I won't be happy if Sami Zayn wins. If Sami Zayn leaves with the title, I won't. I'll just continue on to the next match.
Which is the Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I will say, what I'll say is this should have just been Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio, and he should have surprised Dom and the crowd with the Demon. I don't know why we needed to promote the Demon part, but here we are.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with them just randomly announcing it. Like, they could have left it with the promo that teased it.
Yeah.
Because if they were doing it to spur, the only reason to potentially do it ahead of time is because they wanted to capture older Finn Balor fans and make sure it didn't need, like, it doesn't satisfy the need of capturing new fans, because new fans who only know, who might have only been casual fans and know the Judgment Day and know Finn Balor's in the Judgment Day might not know a lot of the past stuff.
Yeah.
So for them, they're already watching. Like, it's not going to bring in anybody who isn't already a WWE fan. And so I don't know. So it really doesn't do it for me that they kind of blew the surprise on this.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else going on. Again, unless there's more to it that we don't know. I get why he wants to be Demon. Demon Finn is undefeatable. Demon Finn is something completely different. I don't know that it was needed. I don't think it just wasn't necessary. The match could have easily just been Finn versus Dominic, and it wouldn't have mattered who won. There could have been an easy reason for either one of them to win. But now what's the point of Dom losing? If he loses to Demon Finn, then okay, well, everyone lost to Demon Finn, so that's nothing. If he beats Demon Finn, well, why was he able to beat Demon Finn Balor when And
I guess in a way, if you look at it like, if he does lose to Demon Finn Balor, it doesn't matter because it's Demon Finn, and I guess in a way that doesn't really hurt Dominic Mysterio's momentum because he hasn't lost to just Finn Balor. So I guess that way it's like whatever, it doesn't really matter in the end.
Yeah,
so,
but why protect? You could have the story. You could have the story either way. Like this is
it's a weird one.
Where,
I mean, I know why they're fighting, obviously, because of the whole Judgment Day thing. It makes
right.
sense, but I don't. Yeah, I think even you could have even had these two in a normal match and then have Dominic win, and then the next at Backlash you could have had Demon Finn Balor.
Yeah, they could have built. They could have built up to. They could have built up to this to something else.
It's a bit kind of straight in for the kill right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I mean, Finn Balor. I mean, kind of a no-brainer here. I'd like the Dominic Mysterio to win somehow, but Finn Balor. End of the day.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, probably, I mean, by far the most unpredictable match of this entire card. I have no idea what way this one's going to go. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, I mean, Roman Reigns is going to win. That's how it... I mean, I can't see it going any other way. It would be perfect for CM Punk and AJ Lee to both lose, and then both of them take some time off together. There's no reason for Roman Reigns to be going against him if he's not going to win. There's no reason for CM Punk to beat Roman Reigns.
I guess.
I don't see it. I don't see it benefiting anyone if CM Punk wins. It certainly doesn't benefit Roman Reigns to lose to CM Punk. It won't hurt it won't hurt CM Punk to lose to Roman Reigns as much as it would hurt Roman Reigns to lose to CM Punk. Yeah. Especially in this scenario. Yeah. Because the whole point is we need Roman Reigns to actually make that title really the most relevant that it's ever been. Yeah. Because it's still the secondary title to Cody Rhodes' title until Roman Reigns has
Well, actually, I was thinking about this the other day. I will say that for the first time in a very long time, even the whole Universal title, like, before Roman won it, like, I will say that I feel like the championships are actually on par with each other for the first time, Yeah. And in fact...
Because
this is the
Roman Reigns is involved.
For sure. Because Roman Reigns. But I will say, like, with the fact that CM Punk's held it, Seth Rollins' run, Gunther's run, it's really elevated that championship. And
absolutely. It takes time.
It takes time, and they've done a really good job of building it, honestly. And a testament to that is obviously, this is the first time. This should really be my did you... No, you know what? This is my did you know, which we haven't recorded yet, so we'll leave that. But
there you go.
I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. It probably is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Fuck it. I'm gonna say Roman Reigns.
Yep. Because then we'll it's gotta be. And one of the things that I love the most about it is considering how much everyone hated Roman Reigns and never wanted Roman Reigns to win. Now it's like, oh God, so many, like, I don't really know. I haven't seen anyone online that I know of that really, really, really wants CM Punk to win. That has a strong reason why he should.
Yeah, I suppose, but I think no one's strongly against either. Either way, it's gonna be a killer match. The run up to this match has probably been my favorite of any match on this card.
Yeah, they've done it. They've done a great job. Yeah.
They've done a great job. It deserves to be in the main event. And hell, I mean, the last time we saw Roman Reigns as champion, we saw a boom in wrestling, you know. And
also, you notice how Pat McAfee didn't dare say anything bad about Roman Reigns.
That's because he's on the TKO side. That's why. Roman Reigns is a TKO boy. He's up there with his.
Now things are starting to come together.
That's what I'm saying.
How fucking great would it be after all this? Roman Reigns is still the corporate champion.
That's right.
Yeah, I think.
I'm just saying. It's all part of a bigger play here. Roman Reigns is related to The Rock, and The Rock's on the TKO board. I'm just saying, it's all a fucking thing.
We're gonna have a TKO off. We're gonna have something. We're gonna have something where they're gonna have Randy Orton come out, and
you watch
on Monday Night Raw. On Monday Night Raw,
what if Pat McAfee and Randy Orton help Roman Reigns win the championship? That would make
be ridiculous.
The world would collapse. It would be so good. It would be so good.
So
I'm sorry, I would enjoy it.
Here's how we get to but I think that would be great. But I think that would be blowing it too early. I think what I would fantasy book is Monday night, the Monday after WrestleMania. We always know that both champions always show up on the Raw after Mania.
Yeah.
We will then have Randy Orton and Pat McAfee basically come out and interrupt Roman Reigns of some sort, or one way or the other. Either Randy Orton is out there with the title and everyone's booing, and then we hear boom, 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 and the Roman Reigns music comes up, and he's just, you're on my show. But lucky for you, you're also on my side. And then they both turn, and then it's they both turn around on whoever else the fans. We could have faces come out to whatever. There's so many possibilities where we could basically get the Roman Reigns and Randy Orton together as like the 2-man TKO power trip running both brands.
It all just makes sense. Like TKO are the parent company. They're gonna want people. They're gonna want people that represent that they want to represent the company. They want Randy. They want Roman Reigns. Hell, they TKO got the ESPN deal. Pat McAfee's one of the biggest hosts on ESPN.
Yeah,
Of course you got Pat McAfee involved. This is leading somewhere, and people need to wake the fuck up. WWE doesn't have any large competition right now, right? No. They can't do an invasion thing with like ECW, WCW. So the best thing they can do is an internal invasion of TKO, because TKO is like, we want to take over.
They are their own. They literally are their own. They're creating like a civil war. Within them. Exactly,
it's a civil fucking war. It's gonna be so good.
We're gonna and basically this is the story. This is the story that gets us through the lull of the year, the middle year after a Big Ten. Like,
yeah,
this is also. Let's just look before we wrap this up, because we both agree on this. We both agree on the real important ones. But let's just look for sake. I gotta pull up some extra windows here. Why don't you? How about this? You go pull up the card for WrestleMania 30, and I'm gonna pull up the card for WrestleMania 32.
Okay.
Because one of the things that we keep hearing from the people who don't matter are it's so bad, it's so worse. It's like, because you showed up at WrestleMania 20, you came in at the culmination of literally 4 or 5 years worth of storylines. You came in you came in at Avengers Endgame, and now you're asking why Ant-Man 3 doesn't live up to what doesn't live up to that. It's
pretty much.
WrestleMania 42 will not be better than WrestleMania 40. It can't be. It's impossible for it to be. So what do we have for WrestleMania 30? The story, the main story going into it.
So the main story going into WrestleMania 30 is the lead up to Daniel Bryan versus the Authority. So
my gosh, you mean a multi-year storyline?
Yeah, right. So it's very similar to Cody's storyline going into WrestleMania 40. Really, Daniel Bryan defeats Triple H at the start of the night. We had Brock Lesnar ending the Undertaker's streak. We had John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. We had like a very young Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws. We had, and obviously by the end of the night, we had Daniel Bryan defeating Batista and Randy Orton to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So the culmination of a multi-year story with an underdog champion that shouldn't, that has been kept down. Yada, 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 yada. Everyone's happy. WrestleMania 32 is headlined by Roman Reigns defeating Triple H with Stephanie McMahon via pinfall. But immediately prior to that, The Rock defeated Eric Rowan in 6 seconds. Just so you know. And Baron Corbin won a 20-man battle. Well, Baron Corbin won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. The Undertaker defeated Shane McMahon in a Hell in a Cell match for 32. I mean, whatever you want to say about whatever you want to say, but that's the Undertaker versus Shane McMahon. Is that the biggest thing that's ever happened in the world? No, it was crazy. It was a crazy match. It was great. We had Charlotte Flair defeating Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks in a triple threat for the WWE Women's Champion. Great, good stories. Brock Lesnar defeated Dean Ambrose in a no-holds-barred street fight. I mean, Jesus Christ, half of these people are half of these people in WrestleMania 32 are in WrestleMania 42. Zack Ryder won this was the infamous Zack Ryder Intercontinental ladder match win. So what we see in WrestleMania 32 is there were some big things that happened for mid-card people. And it was nowhere near as epic and culminating in a multi-year storyline like 30 did. Some great matches, some memorable things, but the main event. The main event was not the memorable thing of this No. Undertaker versus Shane McMahon was probably more memorable. Zack Ryder winning the IC championship is probably the biggest surprise and most memorable thing that happened in that. When I think about the things that happened, I couldn't have told you that anything else would have happened. I don't remember Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. I don't remember the League of Nations in a 6-man tag match against the New Day. I don't remember. I mean, Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles happened at WrestleMania 32. That was probably a fantastic match that I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's always that lull, and honestly, the card this year is probably stronger than 32 even. So
yeah. So shut the fuck up, internet. Just shut the fuck up and watch.
Shocker.
Anyway, that's the last thing I wanted to say about that. I get it all off my chest. I'm at the end of the day, I'm excited. I am excited.
Me too.
To see who wins
it's
all of these things.
Why the fuck wouldn't you be excited? I'm always excited for WrestleMania.
There's nothing that has happened that has made me not want to watch.
Exactly.
So
nothing.
So yeah, I win no matter what. Anyway, hey man, that's our WrestleMania predictions. It's a little pop-up show. It's been a while since we had some episodes. I mean, shit, I'm trying to think when the last one was. It's been a month. It's been over a month. Yeah, March.
It has. Holy shit.
Yeah, March 12th was when we recorded, or when I edited the episode 91. So yeah. And who knows when we're gonna have another episode, because I leave in 3 weeks. In less than 3 weeks. I leave in. Is it 3 weeks or is it 2 weeks? It's 3 weeks. Yeah, I leave. Yeah, we have 1, 2. Yeah, so I will be leaving. I fly into Amsterdam on the 11th of May. I land on the 12th, and then I start a 3-week Euro tour with the Rumors. So hey, we've got some time to put. We've definitely got some time to put another couple episodes in and together. We might.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I
mean, I have a feeling we're gonna have to talk about WrestleMania next week. So.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely do. We do something. Yeah.
Yeah. And we can stop. We can't stop recording until we finish up what we're supposed to do at the end of these. Jeez, we're so out of it.
WWE airing a WrestleMania kickoff show on YouTube live right now. If you're interested, once you get off this call.
Oh,
it's like the big press conference thing they do in front of a live crowd and stuff, promos and whatnot. So. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, subscribe for free at patreon.com/punkstalkwrestling and interact with us on social media at Instagram and Threads at punkstalkwrestling and youtube.com/punkstalkwrestling or email us at punkstalkwrestling@gmail.com. Also, shout outs. I think I'm supposed to do that before or
you're here
after.
Now.
We're here now, so I'm going to do it now. Shout out to Wikipedia. Support Wikipedia. Shout out to Al at 2K and Kaylee at 2K UK. WWE 2K26 has been out for a while, and you should have it by now. You should have the Monday Night War or the Attitude Era or the King of Kings edition. One of them. Because they have the biggest roster ever with 400 plus playable characters. Are you feeling hardcore? You can use thumbtacks, stack tables, shopping carts, and more to punish your opponents. Will you survive 4 new match types, including the Inferno, Dumpster, and I Quit 3 Stages of Hell? Those are 4. I made it sound like that was 3, but it's 4. Anyway, do that at WWE 2K26, the greatest 2K26 WWE game ever. That also doesn't make any sense. It's the only WWE 2K26 game. But it is. It's the best one. It is the best that they've ever made. I mean, it is legitimately the best WWE game 2K has ever made. Hands down. Even what I've been seeing from the internet is the best responses. And the least amount of stupid complaints. But anyway, there's that. And I guess that's it then.
So I guess that's it. Everyone enjoy WrestleMania. Have a good time.
Yeah.
It's wrestling Christmas. Let's all enjoy ourselves.
It is. It's wrestling Christmas.
Hell
and for
yeah.
those of you who don't celebrate Christmas, it's WrestleMania. It's still WrestleMania.
It's still WrestleMania regardless, yeah. Okay, now bye, see ya.
Nice. On this.
Oh man, I'm a sleepy boy. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's almost 11 for you, right?
Quarter to 11. I've been up since 5 o'clock.
Woo! Are you working? You're not working tomorrow though, right?
Nah, I ain't going back tomorrow. Thank you.
Nice.